Good evening, everyone. I am Huma Sufyan. I am Career Naksha and Counselor of India Community Manager. Today we have Habeeba Waseem Patel with us, who is going to talk on positive emotions and how to master them. About Habeeba ma'am, she is a life coach, blogger, and educator. She holds a master's degree in clinical psychology and various other academic accolades from JHU, UPenn, Wesleyan universities, and others. She has worked with neurodivergent individuals from diverse backgrounds and social settings, and skilled in cognitive behavior therapy, NLP, and life coach. She co founded Minds on Fleek with her daughters, intending to empower accurate thinking and support individuals, enabling their thoughts to help deal with life better and keep their minds on fleek. A warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you for your special time, and the
Thank,
whole show is yours, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you, Huma. Thank you, Huma Sufyan and Career Naksha, for giving me this opportunity. I am very delighted to be here to present you with uh, how to cultivate positive emotional intelligence. So, in this presentation, I am going to talk about emotions. What are emotions? How we can cultivate positive emotions, upregulate positive emotions and downregulate negative emotions. What is emotional intelligence, and who coined the term emotional intelligence? What are the benefits of emotional intelligence? How we can regulate our emotions, and how to cultivate positive emotions. Okay, so I am presenting the slides. I hope you can see it. So, when we are talking about emotion, what are emotions? Emotions, we can simply say as physical experiences, but that is the definition of emotion? No. Is the emotion a sad emoji or a smiling emoji, what we see on social media? Is that the definition of emotion? No. Emotion can be defined in a broader term in a psychological way, as it is a component, it is a aggregation of some components. So what are those components? Uh, Let us imagine we are going out for some shopping and coming back to our home, or we are going for a walk in a garden. So we just see one cobra standing in an attacking position. So what do you feel? The feeling first is, oh my god, I am scared. Okay, the fear, the emotion fear comes in. The second feeling is the appraisal. Uh, this can be a threat to me. The cobra can be poisonous. Yeah, I my life is in danger. The third thing is the expression. Your eyes becomes wide open. You clench your teeth. Yeah, you become very nervous. Your expression changes. Face expression, hand and leg. You tend to do some action. Means we call it action tendencies. Either you will run away, or you will want to attack it, throw things on it, or shout. These are the responses. Then the physical, uh, you have some physical or internal sensations, like you will have sweating, you may feel numb, you will feel your eyes and hand cold, or you will feel like shouting, and you may breathe heavily, your heart rate may increase. So these are the elements of components of emotion. So emotion is a complex process. Emotion is not just physical experience, or just a thought, or just a mood. Emotions are feelings, expressions, appraisals or thoughts, then actions, then physical sensations. All together we can call emotions. Okay. So when we are talking about emotions, this is the component process model by a German psychologist called Klaus Scherer, the five component process model of emotions. So when we talk about emotions, always we ask about negative emotions and talk about positive emotions. We think negative emotions are bad, positive emotions are good. We label them negative emotions as bad, positive emotions as good. Is it the right way? No, we cannot label any emotion. Emotions, like how I told, it is inspired from the birth. So you cannot have all good emotions always or all bad emotions always. If you we can map the intensity and duration of the emotions and understand whether this is normal or abnormal. So if you are happy always, all the time, we can call it toxic positivity, or you are getting into mania state or hypermania state. But always you are anxious or afraid and sad, you may be going into depression. So according to the intensity and duration of negative emotions and positive emotions, we can understand which state are you in. For normal person, for good with a good mental health, we need to balance between both the emotions. Negative emotions do come because if for example, if your pet dies or you are going to meet a grieving family, you cannot be happy and cheerful and amused, and we cannot talk them with hope, have hope. They just lost somebody, they are in a sad mood, they are grieving. So that emotion is very much valid. So negative emotions are not bad, it is a part of our life. We have to learn to manage with that, we have to learn to cope with that, and we have to put in the best response we can. That is the behavior we can when we are going through negative emotions. Okay. Saying this, let us, when we are talking about negative emotions or positive emotions, we have to talk about emotional intelligence. You know what is a personal intelligence? Personal intelligence is where uh, you know your emotions, you know your thoughts, you can put forward the best behavior you can. You are in control of your actions, reactions, your emotions, your thoughts. That is called personal intelligence, and we measure it with IQ, emotional quotient. Then social intelligence. Social intelligence is where we understand the others' temperaments, their emotional states, their moods, why they are talking in what way they are talking. It's just like that, that you can wear their shoes. Empathetic understanding. Emotional intelligence is a sum of social intelligence and personal intelligence. Here we are understanding not only our emotions, not only our feelings, we recognize, understand, and influence others also. We recognize, understand, and manage our emotions and feelings and behaviors. We understand, recognize, and influence others' behaviors. So, emotional intelligence is very much important when we are talking about emotions. How much high emotional intelligence you have, that much better your emotional regulation, your self awareness. You know about yourself, you know self regulation, you know how to regulate your emotions. That means self regulation. See, the action tendencies, we call it action tendencies when some emotions are there, like you are angry, you want to shout, you want to shout. That is the action tendency. Some other person is there who is angry, who want to throw things. That is their action tendency, a tendency to act in a particular way. That we can regulate, that we can control, that we can regulate if we have high emotional IQ, EQ, sorry, emotional intelligence. Then we can self motivate, we are interested, we are enthusiastic, we can go ahead and do things, we show empathy, we can become more empathetic listeners. And our social skills, our talking to others, when we are talking, we don't have to get into an argument always, we can but agree to disagree. So this is the benefit of having emotional intelligence. So with a high IQ comes so many benefits. Let us see what all are there. That is compassionate. We become more compassionate. We become more kind. We are ready to understand others' problems. As psychologists, it is a very important skill to understand and be empathetic listeners. uh, it is not just understanding or wearing their shoe, or you should be able to walk a mile in their shoes too. Our relationships enhances with a high EQ. EQ is emotional quotient, emotional intelligence. Uh, our relationship enhances not only romantic relationship, parent-child relationship, teacher-student relationship. In job, we are able to do become a team player, and we are able to do collaborative works. A feeling of psychological safety is maintained. We feel emotionally secure. We are able to self motivate. We do not do procrastinate. We do not sit in a gloomy way. Instead, we get up and do things. We show interest. We show inspiration. We can influence others. We don't become overwhelmed with emotions. We like how in normal way we say, we don't do drama on any difficult situation. We are able to manage the situations in a better way when we have emotional intelligence. So when we are talking about how, what all are the benefits of emotional intelligence, we should know how we can down regulate negative emotions and up regulate positive emotions. So, how to tackle negative emotions? The best way is emotional regulation strategies. There are many strategies where we can uh, put these things uh, and regulate our emotions, which is negative. And emotional regulation means the ability to respond a challenging situation with the right emotional state and behavior. So we are able to put forth our best behavior even at an adverse situation, even when we are angry, even when we are sad. We are able to put forward the appropriate behavior. We don't have to cry and make a scene and shout and yell and throw things. We don't have to. So emotional regulation strategies come in handy when we have to uh, regulate our negative emotion. I will again and again tell regulate. We cannot bury the negative emotions. We cannot suppress them, or we cannot go ahead with them as if nothing happened. No, we have to accept them. We have to accept our emotion. We have to acknowledge the emotion. We are feeling sad. We can make a journal, we can keep a note, and we can tell, I am feeling sad, I want to cry for 5 minutes. It's okay. It's okay to be not okay. We have to accept. Okay, by accepting and acknowledging, writing down or sharing with a friend or sharing with a partner, that emotion, the intensity of the emotion, the duration of the emotions comes down, and we are able to better tackle that negative emotion. Progressive relaxation is where this is muscle relaxing techniques. When we learned about emotional emotions, we learned one component, that is internal sensations, yeah, physical sensations. So whenever we are feeling one negative emotion, one of our body part, yeah, full body is affected. It becomes tense. It becomes over hyperactive, or it becomes underactive. So, where progressive relaxation is a technique where you can learn to hold that muscle, a particular body part, or the full body one by one for 10 seconds, count it, relax it. So, by relaxing your muscles, your uh, physical thing, you are able to control, or you are able to tackle your negative emotion. The intensity again comes down. Now, another technique is opposite actions. When you are feeling gloomy, you act as if you are cheerful. You smile. You go out, go for a walk, or bring some interest. You are feeling bored. You can bring some interest. You can create some ideas. You can show your creativity. Write it down. Write a poem, or paint, or sing, or dance. So by acting opposite, that is the term is used as fake it till you make it. So that is applicable here. You can, whenever you are feeling unnecessarily gloomy, depressed, or sad, or angry, act opposite. Feel excitement. You fake that thing. Next is distress tolerance. What is distress tolerance? The emotions bring negative emotions, especially brings a lot of distress in our body, in our mind, in our thoughts. So the more tolerating we become, the better we will be able to regulate our emotions. Uh, I can give a metaphor here. An example is running 10 kilometers. You want to run 10 kilometers every day, but you cannot start one day, just put on the shoes and run. You have to start with putting the shoes on, jogging for 1 week, then start half a kilometer, then 1 kilometer, then. So, by doing that, you are improving your muscle power. Same way, a distress, a trigger, or a situation which gives you that certain negative emotion, you can improve your tolerating power. By doing that, your distress comes down and the intensity of the negative emotions comes down. Another is breathing exercises. There are many breathing exercises, diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing exercises, or counting the numbers. These all are good for anger management, anxiety issues, stress management. Uh, by breathing in and out, exhaling and inhaling, and learning by that, you can reduce the strength of the negative emotion, whatever you are feeling. Next is cognitive constructing. That is a cognitive behavioral therapy CBT technique, a powerful tool where we think an alternative way of thinking. When this, I can give you an example. We how to alter our thoughts. Okay, so, maybe for as a starter it may be difficult, but as the time goes, it is easy and it becomes a habit. I will give an example of my life. Whenever my children, when they were my girls, when they were in teens, they used to make me angry, and I used to feel like shouting and yelling at them, and I knew it was not the right thing to do. So I started, whenever I became very extremely angry and I wanted the urge of that action tendency of shouting, I used to think that I holding them as an infant stage. The first time I held in my hand. So looking at their innocent uh, faces, how could I shout at them? So my anger, intensity, everything comes down, and I become able to down regulate my negative emotion of action. This is just an example. You can do any negative emotion with altering your thoughts at that time, and you can improve by time and effort. Okay. Next is sublimation. All the psychology students know sublimation is Sigmund Freud's coping mechanism, one of the coping mechanisms of Sigmund Freud. When I will take again the anger as the negative emotion here. Example is, when you are angry, go chop the wood, or this is the example Sigmund Freud gives. Okay, we don't have wood and shopping, so we can go wash vessels, we can go clean our cupboard. So instead of the action tendency, we take another action, and it is in a productive way. Productive actions. Okay. Being in the present. Being in the present, everybody knows. Being mindful. Being mindful. Mindfulness is the way we have to bring all our senses together, senses of seeing, senses of smelling, taste, hearing, and touch. So this is a very good example. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just now you can do. Just look at the five things you are looking at. Yeah, you are looking at the screen. You are looking at your phone. You are looking at me. You are looking at somebody, your tablecloth, your water bottle, or a book, or a pen. Five things. Then four things you are hearing. You may be hearing the sound of the fan. You may be hearing a train passing by. Now a train is passing near our house. So you can hear a honk of a car, or a child shouting, or the water dripping. Then you can think about three smells. Maybe somebody is cooking something, or in your kitchen, some good tea, smell of tea or coffee. And then you think about the touch. Okay, you are touching your laptop, phone. The touch is different when you are touching your clothes, you are touching your face, it is different. So that is two touches. And some taste. Maybe you just drank tea and came, so that taste of the tea. See, this being in the present, this 1 minute, yeah, 50 seconds, you didn't think about anything else. You are thinking, you are being here in the present. So that will reduce the intensity of your negative emotion. That will help you to tackle the negative emotions in a better way. So this is how some of the strategies to tackle our negative emotions. Then let us talk about what are positive emotions. Positive emotions are, um, we don't talk much about enough about positive emotions. We talk much about negative emotions. Have you noticed that we talk about sadness, depression, we talk about feeling frustrated, feeling despair, all that angry, jealousy. We don't talk much about positive emotions. So there is a theory called Broaden and Build theory by Dr. Barbara Fredrickson. She is a North Carolina professor. She had coined 10 positive emotions. Uh, and in her book Positivity, she had coined this 10 positive emotions. And let us go one by one of this. One is joy. What is joy? You're feeling happy, you're feeling like smiling, you want to enjoy the moment, you want to shout with happiness, or you may be wanting to shed a tear, you want to quietly be happy and content. That is joy. Gratitude. Gratitude is an emotion which we underestimate. We think by saying thank you, we just felt okay, we showed gratitude and it is over. No, gratitude is much more than that. Gratitude is feeling the deep inside, the feeling thankful to the universe for your body, for your face, for your every single thing, even for your nail, that you are feeling happy and content and grateful. So, to improve this gratitude, that emotion, Dr. Martin Seligman, from the father of positive psychology, has given one three blessings a day exercise. So every day before going to sleep, just think about the three good things happen to you. Just write it down. Just it can be very mundane things like a cup of coffee, pat on the back, a smile from your partner, or anything that gives you gratefulness. So you become more grateful to everything or to the universe as the whole. Serenity is the feeling of satisfied, the happy of whatever you have. You are at peace. You feel the calm inside you. You don't want anything more. You are okay. You are happy and content with what you have. Peace, what you feel inside you, is serenity. Interest is about curiosity, making new things, new ideas, creativity, finding new things, motivation, all that thing together comes interest. You are interested to learn guitar. You want to make a new recipe. You want to cook something better. So that all comes in interest, and there you can bring up that interest and do it much more. Hope is when we feel that something is going wrong. Need not be that. When something is going wrong, okay, you having a positive outlook that everything will be okay. This shall to pass. That is hope. But being hopeful that this 2023 will be good for me. 2023, I will start my new business. Hopeful that I will find my partner. I will have a baby. I will earn this much. These all are hopes. We call it dreams also, but we hope. We hope to become better and to become better and better and become self-actualized. That Abraham Maslow had a theory of self-actualization where the potential of the human is maximum, self-actualized. So we hope to become that. Pride. Pride is where we do something good. We did, maybe we helped somebody, we achieved something, we did an accomplishment, we finished our project, we feel proud about ourselves, we feel yes, I did this, yes, that feeling, that is pride. Amusement, okay, I can give you the metaphor of amusement park. Okay, what you there is a social element in that, a feeling of togetherness. You are together, you are being uh, with your friends, your family, and you are enjoying, you are dancing, you are playing, you are playing music. Uh, so that is amusement. You are togetherness, you are celebrating the togetherness. Inspiration is where you see somebody who did the best in the nature. They did something great, maybe in past or in present. It can be your mentor, your partner, your teacher, anybody who did something, or a political leader or a religious leader. They are doing something good and we want to do it, so that we get inspired and we want to become the inspiration to our children, to the next generation. We want to inspire them, we want to do something best in the nature of a human being. Then comes awe. Awe is a feeling, it is just not joy, it is not just amusement. It is when we see a mountain, we see nature, we see uh, bird feeding its chicks, or a cat, or a we see the insects, the life of an insect. We hear their stories, we hear the documentaries. It is bigger than the inspiration. We fall in love with the beauty of the nature, beauty of the mountain, beauty of the ocean, and we are taken aback, and then we feel the awe. That is awe. Okay, so these are the 10 positive emotions, according to Barbara Fredrickson. So let us see how we can uh, master or cultivate these emotions into our daily life. There are many ways again, like emotional regulation. We have to upregulate these emotions so that, like how we asked, we told, we get the well-being of ours is dependent on managing these emotions. So let us see what all ways we can cultivate the positive emotions. Reliving that emotion. Okay, once you felt joy, or you felt, example, I can give you, when I was hearing the lectures of Dr. James Polsky. He's the professor in UPenn, University of Pennsylvania, positive psychology professor. He told that relive that emotion means, you got a promotion. Okay, you are coming back home, you are telling everybody that, and uh, it is not just telling I got a promotion. No, you are thinking what all happened at that moment. Yeah, this happened 1 year back. Okay, one emotion happened and you felt very joyful at that moment when you got a promotion. Okay, so you are reliving that emotion. How can you do that? You can sit down, think about all the aspects of that emotion, like when it happened, how it happened, who all were there, what you ate that time, or were you drinking, were you eating? Drinking, I don't mean alcohol, so don't take me wrong. I'm telling drinking juices or anything else. Okay. Mm, what all you were doing. Okay, and what food you ate, how was your reaction, what all constructive criticism you got at that moment, or what all compliments you got, who all were there, who all told you what all they told you. You can write down, you can journal it out, you can write a blog about that, or you talk to somebody special to you about these feelings. That is reliving that emotion. Okay. This will multiply the positive emotion which you had. Next point is active constructive responses. Okay. This is again Dr. Martin Seligman's point that whenever we hear a joyful moment or a positive emotion, what happened in others' life, like how example I will tell you, a 5 year old of your niece, nephew, or grandchild, or your daughter or son coming to you and telling, I got a star today. So you are helping that child to relive that moment. That is an active constructive response. You are asking who all were there, what all they told, why the teacher gave you a star, what did you do in that way, what were your feelings, how you felt, what all you felt, how happy you were. On the scale of 1 to 10, how happy you felt that time, or you feel are you feeling proud about it? So we are putting that habit into our children by giving active constructive response. This doesn't mean that we can do this only with the children. This is a small tip for the young parents, but we can do this with our partner, with our friend. This is actually, we are involving another person and we are helping that other person to relive that moment by multiplying their happiness, their enjoyment, their positive emotion. So we also get back that in some way. Next is act to feel. Okay, there for Tackling the negative emotion, we told act in an opposite way. Here we have to act. We are feeling gloomy. Okay, we are sitting alone in the house. You have to get out and go and do a jogging or catch up with a friend. To feel happy, you have to act. You have to feel that emotion. You have to be cheerful. You have to smile to feel happiness. You cannot sit with a gloomy face and feel cheerful. So, for feeling that, see, we learned that we discussed that thing that the emotions have five elements. So, one is feeling, one is thought, one is action. So, we have to act in that way so that we feel in that way. So that is act to feel. We want to be cheerful, we have to act cheerful. We want to be excited, we have to act enthusiastically and energetically. Now, creating situation. If I am sitting in a gloomy room in a corner of my house and feeling that yeah, miracle will happen, and then I will feel cheerful, or I will feel a positive emotion, it is quite likely impossible. You have to get out and create the situations. If you I want to feel inspired, I have to go out and read some books. I have to watch some movies, or I have to go to some positive people and talk to them. If I want to feel joyful, I have to spend time with my family, my husband, and feel I should be talking to my parents and feel the happiness of caring and sharing. I have to create this situation. Only then the positive emotion can take place. Savoring. Savoring is a step ahead. Savoring is just not feeling that moment or reliving that moment. It that technique. It is a positive psychology technique which we can. With that, we can increase the intensity of the positive emotion and the duration of that experience, and we appreciate that experience. Here, I will give you one example. When I went for one program in my daughter's college, there was carrot halwa and the vanilla ice cream. It was given in a dessert bowl. The thing is, I am thinking when I am putting the carrot halwa in my mouth, I am thinking about its temperature, its texture, its taste, the smell of that cardamom, and again I am taking a spoonful of vanilla ice cream and putting in my mouth. It is melting at the white color, the smell of the vanilla and the sweetness and the temperature difference. I'm noticing each and every minute detail, and I am savoring that moment. I can take a picture of that. I can draw that. I am making it intact in my memory. That is savoring. By savoring every moment, every positive emotion, you can improve the enjoyment. You can improve the intensity. You can improve the intensity. Intensity is improved of that positive emotion. The duration is improved. Later, you can share with a friend, or you can write it down or record your voice and keep that as a memory. Take a video. Nowadays, Instagram posts are savoring moments. We can see a lot of savoring moments in that. Another thing is being thankful. Like how I told, gratefulness is not just saying and thank you and thank you. No, it is from deep inside. You can go ahead and write a thank you letter to somebody who you were not able to give able to show your thankfulness, or write a thank you note every time. It helps. It 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 makes you feel better human being. And thankfulness, one thing is there that you are making that other person also feel better. See, if somebody tells you a thank you, don't you feel better? Don't you feel wow, yeah, you feel happy. So by doing that, you are sharing your well-being with another person and another person is involved. So by sharing, it is improving. Next is character strengths. So this is Dr. Martin Seligman, the father of positive psychology, and late Christopher uh, Peterson. They have uh, classified 24 character strengths. This is not personality traits. Let me clear it out. It is character strengths. Our positive character strengths. They have collected, and there is a in authentic happiness. Dr. Seligman writes about that much more. So in that, the first five strengths are called signature strengths. So those signature strengths, if we understand and we cultivate to use those signature strengths in everyday life, yeah, once in a week at least, this positive emotions are cultivated. I will give my own example. One of my signature strength is creativity. So I like to put my creativity in my blogs and my the way I serve the food every day. A little difference, taking different bowls and serving in a different way, or making food with different textures, colors. So I love to cook. So I put the creativity there. So that makes me feel more creative, more powerful, and my positive emotion of creativity is improves. Okay, the intensity improves. Okay. Again, live in the present. Living in the present using five senses, like how I told, mindfulness, mindful reading, mindful eating, mindful a way of thinking, mindful meditations do help us being in the present and making that positive emotions multiply. Of course, we have to have healthy habits of eating right food, right times, nutrient rich food at regular intervals, taking care of our homeostasis or circadian rhythm, means our body clock, doing exercises, drinking enough water, abstaining from alcohol and drugs. That all will affect our emotions very badly. So, having a healthy lifestyle is very important. So, as positive mental outlook, we have to be positive at most of the time. So, thinking that okay, we have to have a growth mindset. We need to be optimistic. We cannot have a pessimistic attitude and go ahead by cultivating positive emotions. We have to have the optimism to cultivate the positive emotions. Okay, faith and hope. So, being hopeful, finding a silver line at the time of diversity, or having faith. All our religious books are telling about faith, having faith in ourselves, having faith in the others, having faith in our family, having faith in the mankind and the universe. That helps us to go ahead with a positive mental attitude, and that will improve the optimism in us. So, these are some of the strategies for cultivating positive emotions. Again, having good mood, having good emotions, having control on emotions, emotional regulations, our social connections and friendships become better. We are able to manage our conflicts. Our arguments becomes lesser. We don't have to fight. We don't fight with each other. We have a debate. We have a healthy argument without hurting others, so that will improve our relationship, not only in personal relationship. It is for the in the job, satisfaction improves in the job places, workplaces. Love relationship also becomes stronger, and when we are in positive mood, the other human beings, when we smile, the others also smile back. um, it is not a this one where we are gloomy, nobody smiles at us. So we become more, our creativity improves, our productivity improves. So we get more positive experiences when we are in good mood. So coming to the end of the slide, I want to tell you that the positive emotions and negative emotions have to go hand in hand in life. They are the part of our life, and they are like, um, planting a seed. So for a seed to grow, we need to give them good nutrients, good soil, good okay, we have to give them sunlight, enough water. We have to remove the weeds. The same care and same time, effort, strategies should be given to emotions. Okay, we have to, again I am telling you, we have to down regulate the negative emotions, up regulate the positive emotions. So I want to end this with Dr. Barbara Fredrickson's quote. I quote, all emotions, whether positive or negative, are adaptive in the right circumstances. The key seems to be finding a balance between the two. Unquote. So I try to simplify my presentation, and so that the people without psychology background also understand this. But if you have any queries, if you want to connect with me, I'm glad to do that. I'm delighted in connecting with you. You can talk to me, DM me on Minds on Play, Instagram, or WhatsApp number is given. So you can connect with me anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a very wonderful session. It was very insightful, ma'am.
Thank you,
Beautifully
Huma.
explained by you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Huma. So, is there any question?
Ma'am, a few said very insightful, ma'am. Very insightful, Habiba. Hi, Habi. Given 3 likes to you. So
Okay.
wonderful to have you here, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for your time, also, ma'am.
Thank you, Huma. Thank you. Thank you, Career
Uh,
Night.
Thank you, everyone. Happy weekend to everyone. Happy weekend,
Yeah,
ma'am.
happy weekend.
Thank you. Take care, ma'am.
Bye.